Hey guys, I'm Okonore and this is another episode of The Uterus Ninja. So today I want us to talk a little bit about the CROING menstrual cups that I spoke about when I first got them. I think it's like my second video or my third video, and I said I was going to do like a update after I've used them for a while. So this is basically that update. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. So as I showed you before in the other video, I got two of their menstrual cups. So I got the white one, which is bigger, and the purple pink one, which is the smaller one. And I've actually used both, so I can sort of like review both of them. So just like I mentioned in the other video, these are super convenient. They can stay in up to 12 hours, so you can literally put one in the morning and you don't have to change till the evening time. They also allow you to go swimming without any worry, and because they create a vacuum, as long as you get the right size cup, there should not be any leakage. And so for those promises, these have been amazing. Like when I've had them in, when I was bleeding for about a year, there were days where like I was just tired. I didn't want to wear a sanitary pad because I was like, my labia felt too irritated. I felt like I was constantly sitting in blood because even though obviously like I was changing my pads, I was still bleeding all the time. So these were a proper lifesaver. So however, the only thing that I will say is that the reason why I do not use these exclusively now is because I did talk about, you know, the insertion method in the other video, and I use the C method. So I'll show you with the big one because it's a little bit easier. So what you do is you take the menstrual cup, the C fold. You take the menstrual cup, or you, depending on how you're holding it. So you take the menstrual cup, you squeeze it together like this, and then you fold it. So it creates, well, in this case, a U or a C. I say I use the C method because when I hold it like this and then insert it. Sometimes I twist my hand like this and then insert it. It just depends on how I'm standing and what is comfortable. Either way, the point is to fold it together and then insert it. And once it goes into the vagina and you let go of it, it will pop up and it will be in maybe around this way in, and then you can just wiggle for it to go further in. And as you're wiggling, if it hasn't unfolded yet, it will usually unfold as you're wiggling it a little bit further in. Okay, so that's how you insert it. To get it out, so this is your vagina. Let me actually do it this way. Yeah. So it's in there, and what you do is you take your two fingers, or whichever ones work for you, it really depends. You insert it, and then you squeeze on the menstrual cup to release the suction, to release the vacuum, and then you pull it out. Okay, and then whatever is still in here, you pour that out, and then you wash it out with soap and water. I also use a little bit of disinfectant, Dettol, that type of thing. But after I've done that, once I've used the Dettol, I rinse it very thoroughly because you don't want Dettol back in your vagina. Before I use it again, I usually try to give myself a couple of hours break. So let's say my routine a lot of the time would be wearing it during the day, and then when I go to sleep I'll wear a pad. Or if I am not bleeding that heavily, or on the days that I was quite light, I would take it out maybe in the morning and then wear a panty liner for a couple of hours, and then whenever I feel like it, I'll put this back in. It doesn't really matter what routine you take, as long as you don't leave it in for more than 12 hours and you take it out if it is leaking. Again, as I was saying before, I only have one real And I'm not sure it's even criticism, because I haven't really figured out yet whether it's me or the actual product. And my thing is that even though you can go in and press on it, sometimes it's hard to release the vacuum. So as you're pulling, it can be a little bit fiddly. So I cannot imagine myself having to get this out like in a public toilet or anywhere like that. Like, I would only really want to deal with this when I'm in my own home, also because obviously my hands have to be washed and clean and all that kind of stuff, which is also why I'm not sure that this is a general fix for people experiencing period poverty, because people that are experiencing period poverty probably are more likely to not have access to clean water. And so I'm just wondering how, considering how fiddly sometimes it can get, I'm wondering how appropriate this would be. Like, let's say somebody who lives in an area that doesn't have clean water, if they switch to this and save money on pads, will that money that they've saved help them solve their sanitation issues? And if it doesn't, then this, to them, somebody in that particular context, that's very specific context, to them this wouldn't make sense. Okay, because saving money on pads, it doesn't give them enough to actually acquire the I guess utilities that they need to use this particular sanitary product. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's really my only fallback for these. I personally, as I said, I don't wear them all the time, because I also realized that after using them consecutively for like more than a week, my cervix was a little bit tender. And I believe that might have been, from like the suction pulling on it when I'm taking it out. But that might also be because I just haven't perfected the method of taking it out yet. So I'm going to keep using them. If after a couple more months I discover anything else, I'll give you another update. But that's it for now, really. So yeah, it's a thumbs up for me for these menstrual cups for people like me who have access to clean water and can change them regularly. I'm not sure how useful they are for less privileged people, but for my lifestyle they work, and this particular brand I think is quite great as well. It's CROING. If you have access to Amazon, you can order it on there, and they often do like little sets and stuff. So yeah, that's that. See you next time, guys.